Croatia is unbelievable at international football. Just watch this sensational strike from Luka Modric. Croatia has a population of just around 3.8 million people. To put that in perspective, that is smaller than the city of Los Angeles, yet they are an absolute powerhouse in international soccer. Pulled across the box, buried by the number 11, Croatia steps up to finish it right here, right now. The team known as Vatreni built their massive reputation by constantly defying the odds against heavyweights. Now, under manager Zlatko Dalic, the Croatian national team enters a completely new chapter. The legendary players from their famous golden generation are finally passing the torch. A completely new wave of young football talent is stepping up to take over. Dalic has worked hard to keep their core identity intact while integrating these younger players. This squad relies on rock-solid defending, incredibly technical midfielders, and battle-tested leaders. Right at the absolute center of it all is Luka Modric. At 40 years old, he is still the captain, the main leader, and the maestro who controls the entire rhythm of the match. He is still absolutely killing it in Serie A. That should not shock anyone, since 40 is basically the new 30 right now. Honestly, there must be something in the Italian food. Just look at his stats. Despite being the old guy on the pitch, Gradient Data ranks him first in his position. Out of 128 midfielders in Serie A, he is flat out the best for overall execution. His passing grade sits at an incredible 98.4. That is significantly higher than the league average. He is basically operating in a league of his own. Anything over 90 is elite, and he sits at 98.4. By the way, if you want to use Gradient Data for a deeper analytical overview of player stats and match grades, just check out the link down in the description below. Their grades come from a real team of football experts. They evaluate over 2,000 actions per match to determine true execution quality, not just the final outcome. For example, a completed pass sending a teammate clear on goal earns a much higher grade than a simple pass that puts someone straight into heavy pressure. What makes Modric such a genuine legend in the football world is how he blends absolute technical excellence with an endless work rate. As you can see, his ball carrying, his passing range, and his shooting are all completely top tier. But his clearance grade is also sky high, and his one-on-one defending sits right above average. I mean, the guy is 40 years old and still running box to box. For millions of fans, this World Cup feels like the final chapter in Modric's incredible national team journey. One last chance for the Ballon d'Or winner to lead his country. A true midfield icon adding to those Champions League trophies from his legendary career. Now, looking in goal, Livakovic remains an absolutely crucial piece of this squad. He became an instant national hero back during the 2022 World Cup. Thanks to those legendary penalty shootout performances against Japan and Brazil, Livakovic is now a fiercely experienced leader at the back. At 31 years old, he is still squarely in his prime. He easily remains one of the best pure shot stoppers in international football today. Defensively, this might just be the strongest Croatian backline we have ever seen. The defensive partnership between Josko Gvardiol and Josip Sutalo gives them a perfect mix of raw athleticism and technical class. Gvardiol especially has evolved into a global elite defender. The guy looked completely elite, playing both left back and centre back for Manchester City. He is incredibly comfortable defending and carrying the ball forward. He will destroy an attacker one-on-one, take possession, and then launch it top bins all by himself. Such a massive shame he picked up that injury during the season, because he was genuinely killing it for Manchester City. One of the absolute most exciting stories in this squad is teenage defender Luka Vuskovic. He belongs to Spurs, but spent his season out on loan at Hamburg. Standing 1.93 meters tall, Vuskovic is completely dominant in the air. He is physically imposing and shockingly calm on the ball for a player his age. A lot of fans believe he is Croatia's next world-class centre-back for the coming decade. Honestly, the hype surrounding this kid is completely justified. His potential ceiling is simply out of this world. The defensive depth overall is seriously impressive too. Players like Josip Stanisic, Martin Ehrlich and Magra give manager Zlatko plenty of reliable options depending on their opponent. Beyond the legends like Modric and Perisic, Stanisic has been an excellent club player for Bayern, seamlessly filling in at both left back and right back. He is the kind of guy who does the dirty work but rarely gets the spotlight. Croatia now boasts serious physicality and total aerial dominance whenever they need it. That helps hugely against teams relying heavily on crosses and set pieces. Thankfully for them, Arsenal does not play international football, but as always, the true beating heart of Croatia lives in their midfield. This entire squad is built around keeping possession and dictating the match tempo, loaded with the most technical players anywhere. We already talked about Luka Modric. But right beside him, Mateo Kovacic remains one of the most press-resistant midfielders in all of world football. His sheer ability to glide through heavy pressure and carry the ball forward is a massive weapon. Kovacic is genuinely one of the best ball carriers I have ever watched play. Meanwhile, Mario Pasalic brings huge value with his clever movement inside the box, constantly scoring crucial goals straight from the midfield. Up top, manager Dalic actually has plenty of tactical options ready to go. I was just chatting with a buddy of mine, you probably know his YouTube channel right here. He pointed out that Dalic actually faces a tough problem. There are plenty of really solid Croatian strikers available to him right now, but nobody who looks like a clear, undeniable superstar. You have Budimir at Osasuna, who is actually having a really fantastic run. His stats in La Liga are highly impressive, especially considering he plays for a squad outside the massive heavyweight clubs in Spanish football. There is also Igor Matanovic over at Freiburg. Plus you have Musa, who has been bagging plenty of goals out in the MLS. All at the same time, Croatia's next generation of talent is officially taking on far more responsibility. Martin Batina adds real creativity and flair between the lines, while Lukas Such brings long-range shooting and set-piece danger. Then there is Christian Jak. He anchors the midfield, winning the ball back aggressively and keeping the team balanced. The qualifying numbers for Croatia reveal a simple truth. This squad still heavily leans on its veteran core. They need these veterans for leadership and to step up when the pressure hits. Kamaric led the squad in scoring, bagging 6 goals and an assist across 8 matches. He proved again just how vital he is in the final third. Right behind him was Ivan Perisic. With 4 goals and 4 assists, Perisic showed he remains one of the most lethal attackers in Croatian football, even late in his career. Young striker Franjo Ivanovic found the net twice during qualifiers, while Jak and Vasic also stepped up with crucial goals. Luka Modric kept running the show. He grabbed a goal and 2 assists, pulling the strings and dictating the tempo right from the center of the pitch. Unsurprisingly, most Croatian internationals compete in the top 5 European leagues. Their total squad value easily tops 280 million euros, and despite its small size, Croatia consistently holds a spot near the very top of the FIFA World Rankings. That relentless consistency makes them lethal. Fans doubt them every single tournament, brushing off their past success as pure luck. Yet every tournament, they go toe-to-toe with the biggest football giants. Their journey to the 2026 World Cup was absolute dominance from start to finish. The Veterani went unbeaten in UEFA Group L. They topped the group with 22 points in 8 matches, finishing 6 points clear of the Czech Republic and booking their spot with a game to spare. What made this qualifying run so brilliant was their perfect balance on both ends of the pitch. They smashed in 26 goals and leaked only 4. It proved again that a Dalic side is incredibly tough to crack. They mixed classic defensive discipline with a fierce, forward-thinking attack. Across the entire group, they were clearly the strongest team. Croatia simply left the rest of the group in the dust. The Czech Republic claimed second and had to settle for a playoff spot. Teams like Montenegro, the Faroe Islands, and Gibraltar just could not match Croatia's sheer quality and rhythm. I went back to watch the highlights, and those qualifying performances were absolutely mind-blowing. In June 2025, the national team crushed Jalta 7-0, putting their total attacking firepower on full display. A few days later came the ultimate group clash. They battered the Czech Republic 5-1, which essentially locked up the group right then. Karic bagged 2 goals, while Modric and Perisic also found the net. On the backline, Croatia looked just as scary. They stacked up 5 clean sheets in 8 matches. A high line and aggressive pressing made every 90 minutes a nightmare for the opposition. Opposing squads simply could not build rhythm or create real chances against this Croatian wall. That campaign proved this squad knows how to win ugly, beautiful, and everything in between. Against Jalta and Montenegro, they played fluid, attacking football. But gritty away fixtures, like their 1-0 victory over the Faroe Islands, revealed real fighting spirit. They needed serious patience against a massive defensive wall. The Faroe Islands packed the box with everyone, the coach, the water boy, you name it. But Croatia eventually snatched a late winner. The single game they did not win was a 0-0 away draw against the Czech Republic. Yet, even that gritty performance showed total tactical maturity. They stayed rock solid at the back, knowing a draw kept them firmly in the driver's seat. Come November, their World Cup ticket was secured. A 3-1 victory against the Faroe Islands officially sealed their World Cup spot. They fell behind early, but Gvardiol and Musa stepped up to completely flip the script. Their last test was a 3-2 win over Montenegro. With their flight already booked, the pressure was completely off. What really grabbed my attention was Croatia's absolute control over almost every single match. They held over 64% possession and hit an 88% pass completion rate. They can put a game to sleep, then instantly flip the switch and attack. They entirely dictate the rhythm on the pitch. Opponents spent most of the 90 minutes just exhausting themselves chasing shadows. Teams ran around like headless chickens, desperately trying to steal the ball from midfield masters like Modric and Mateo Kovacic. They might not grab the massive headlines like other football giants, but year after year, they deliver absolute masterclasses on the pitch. If you want to know why this squad commands so much respect at every tournament, you have to look at their wild football history. Ever since gaining independence in 1991 following the collapse of Yugoslavia, Croatia has forged one of the greatest international legacies in the modern sport. The craziest part is their size. Like I mentioned, the whole country holds barely 3.8 million people. Yet, they constantly go to war with heavyweights like Brazil, France, Argentina, and Germany. Somehow, this tiny nation endlessly produces world-class talent and makes deep World Cup runs. They have already bagged 3 World Cup medals in only 6 tournament appearances. Massive countries can only dream of that record. Yeah, looking right at you, Ronaldo fans crying about Portugal being small. Croatia had their first real breakthrough at the 1998 World Cup in France. It was their World Cup debut, and they stunned the globe by snatching 3rd place. Fueled by icons like Shuka, Croatia played a fearless brand of football. Their most legendary moment was absolutely dismantling Germany 3-0 in the quarter-finals. Sadly, they fell to the host nation France in the semi-finals. And man, that French squad was totally stacked. Still, Shuka left as the top scorer, claiming the Golden Boot with 6 goals. 20 years later, Croatia hit an entirely new peak at the 2018 World Cup in Russia. Driven by legends like Luka Modric, Rakitic, Perisic, and Mandzukic, this golden generation battled their way to the grand final. Sadly, they fell to a loaded French squad again, but that World Cup run became legendary. Their mental toughness was just unreal. 3 straight knockout games pushed into grueling extra time or penalty shootouts, yet somehow they survived every single test. That tournament made the Croatian squad the ultimate symbol of sheer willpower. Even with the heartbreak of losing the final, Modric claimed the Golden Ball as the tournament's absolute best player. That magical World Cup campaign also crowned Luka Modric with the Ballon d'Or, the only man to break up the prime Messi and Ronaldo dominance. Fast forward to 2022, proving their previous run was no fluke. Critics swore this golden generation would fade as the players aged. Instead, This stubborn squad stormed to another semi-final in Qatar, finishing third overall. The ultimate shocker came when they eliminated a loaded Brazil squad on penalties. Livakovic cemented himself as a national hero after that massive shootout masterclass. Over the years, Croatian football has forged an aura that goes way beyond their raw technical talent on the pitch. It comes down to their mindset. No matter the opponent, these players simply do not flinch. High pressure, draining extra time, brutal penalty shootouts, it never matters. They always stay ice cold and find a way to win. That pure warrior spirit has practically defined this nation's entire football identity today. And it is exactly why fans still back this dark horse team to spark another deep tournament run. Fans constantly wonder how a nation of under 4 million people keeps churning out absolute world-class football talent. Look closely at their local football culture and it finally clicks. A massive piece of the puzzle is their incredibly sharp youth player development system. Domestic clubs like Dinamo Zagreb are basically factories for shaping elite superstars. That specific academy ranks among Europe's absolute best, forging global icons like Luka Modric and Josko Gvardiol, plus countless others who later dominated top European leagues. Despite its tiny footprint, Croatia never stops producing wildly gifted technicians. Another massive edge is the national federation relentlessly scouting diaspora talent, finding players with deep Croatian roots born in completely different countries. That strategy has paid off big time. Superstars like Ivan Rakitic, raised in Switzerland, alongside the fierce Kovac brothers, who grew up in Germany, all became legends for the national squad. Yet, raw talent development is just half the battle. The real reason this squad thrives under the brightest stadium lights comes down to that unbreakable mindset. A huge chunk of this roster grew up during the brutal War of Independence. Guys like Modric even survived childhood as fleeing refugees. That dark history forged an absolute bedrock of toughness, grit, and total fearlessness. Insiders truly believe surviving those years hardwired the team's fierce spirit for the highest pressure knockout games. Think about it, when your childhood involved an actual war, suddenly, a massive football match doesn't feel terrifying at all. Plus, being a physically smaller nation actually makes it way harder for raw talent to slip away unnoticed. The local scene is incredibly tight-knit, with scouts watching every corner. They track around 120,000 registered players across roughly 2,000 clubs, building a flawless network to spot and upgrade potential immediately. So in the end, this country's tiny geographic footprint is secretly their biggest weapon. I keep telling my girl that size isn't everything, though she never listens. Jokes aside, they definitely lack the massive financial resources of giant footballing superpowers, but they built a pure environment where prodigies are spotted fast. Kids master heavy technical skills early, breeding a terrifyingly unified brotherly culture. That exact formula is why they constantly punch out the true heavyweights of world football. Back home, the World Cup means so much more than a sport. This squad stands as the ultimate symbol of fierce national pride and pure unity. Every single time they spark a deep tournament run, the whole population drops everything to rally. But that success echoes far beyond the edges of the pitch. Those magical campaigns in 2018 and 2022 put a massive global spotlight on them, boosting the tourism industry. With tourism driving so much of their local economy, the squad essentially acts as the ultimate international billboard for their home. Seriously, I would love to visit. Millions globally watched these stars celebrate, felt the country's raw passion through the screen, and immediately started booking flights. Still, the cultural impact runs deeper than tourist dollars. This jersey effortlessly bridges the gap between totally different generations and rival backgrounds. Whenever major tournaments kick off, bitter politics and heavy social tension just vanish, replaced by absolute support for their boys on the grass. On match day, the whole country literally hits pause to watch. Winning like that has triggered a massive wave of kids lacing up and joining local sports way beyond just soccer. Across the past 25 years, millions of local kids have flooded into amateur leagues. They just want to feel the same glory they see on the biggest stages. Players like Luka Modric have become absolute idols for an entire generation of chasing athletes. Meanwhile, the federation is aggressively investing to lock down the future of the beautiful game back home. Blueprints are set for a high-tech national camp outside Zagreb, while major stadiums are upgrading to sleek hybrid pitches to boost youth development and completely elevate the game speed. Looking back, this incredible run of modern football dominance is forever baked into their DNA. The kit means grit, untouchable pride, and proof that underdogs can rock the world. Next up, we are breaking down the wild origin story behind their ultimate maestro Luka Modric. You have to watch this video right now because his story is completely unreal.